In this topic, we will learn how to create charts and customize them. This table shows us the average number of orders per day food to go received during weeks without any promotions and during early bird promotion weeks. This is our source data and consists of variables, categories, and data series. These terms correspond to elements of a chart, and as you start experimenting with charts, you will become familiar with them. Variables are our table headers. In this table, we have 3 variables: days of the week, no promo week, and early bird week. One of our variables will contain categories. In our example, these are the days of the week. Categories remain constant across data series. Now, a data series is a set of corresponding values for the variables you will plot. This example contains 2 data series, a no promo week and early bird promo week. Whenever you're working with source data, make it a habit to convert the cell range into a table before creating a chart. The main advantage of doing this is that if your data series extends or you add or remove data series or variables, your chart will auto-update. Do you remember how to convert a data range to a table? Just select all the cells, including your headers, and click Format as Table. And let's just choose a nice table style that's easy to read. Okay, since we now have an Excel table, to create a chart, we can just click any cell within the table and go to the Insert ribbon. If you haven't converted your data into a table, you will have to select the entire data range before creating a chart. By the way, it's also possible to create charts with non-adjacent cells as long as you select them all using the Control key. Now, the chart group in the middle of the Insert ribbon contains all the chart commands you need. These mini chart icons represent the most popular types of charts. You can click on the drop-down next to each icon to see the different chart types in that category. As you mouse over each choice, you will be able to preview your data in the highlighted chart format. Now, in Excel 2016, you will also see a Recommended Charts command. If you click on it, Excel will show you some suggested chart types based on the data you have selected. Now, you must remember that although Excel is intelligent, it may not always know what's suitable for your unique data set. This is why it's very important to understand different chart types and their purposes. On the left of the dialog box, you will see all the chart recommendations, and on the right, you will see a preview of what the chart will look like with your data. If you don't see a chart you want to use in this tab, you can click on the All Charts tab to see a complete list of all charts available in Excel. Let's go with a column chart for our data. All we have to do is select it, and Excel will figure out what goes where. There we have it. The number of orders per week has been plotted against the days of the week, which are our categories. We have 2 columns for each day, representing our 2 individual data series, no promo and early bird promo. Now, any charts you create are by default inserted into the same worksheet as your source data. Once we have our chart, we can move it anywhere we want by just clicking on it and dragging it and then letting go. We can also resize our chart by placing our cursor on one of its corners and using the resizing handle. Now, whenever a chart is selected in Excel, you will see 2 additional tabs in the ribbon which contain chart tools, and these are the Design tab and the Format tab. We can use these tabs to customize and format our charts. The Format ribbon centers on formatting chart elements, shapes, and text. For example, we can change the color of our columns by just clicking on a data series and then choosing a new fill color. The Design tab focuses on the complete look and feel of your charts, and there are several options to explore with respect to chart design. If we want to change the style of our chart, we can choose from this Chart Styles gallery. To see more style options, just click on the drop-down arrow to the right. You will have many choices to choose from and can select any style you like best, but just keep in mind that the data should be easy to read. Now the chart layout group on the left contains commands that allow you to change your chart layout. To add or modify elements, just click on the Add Chart Element icon. You can expand each of these elements to specify the layout. Let's add data labels to our chart so that we can see the exact number of orders. From these data label options, we should select Value, and the values will be added above our columns. As well as data labels, trend lines are popular chart elements. They are lines that are superimposed onto charts that show you the general direction or pattern of data. Trend lines are applied on a data series level. Let's add one to our Early Bird promo series and see how it looks. Since our chart has a legend, when we add a trend line, it's automatically added to the legend as well. Our chart already has the title placeholder, but if we wanted to add axis titles, we could also add them from the Add Chart Element menu. We can edit or style any element by just double-clicking on it or selecting it and using the Format ribbon commands. Let's change the title of our chart so that our audience knows what it's about. We can also use a cell reference for our chart and axis titles so that they auto-update if the titles are edited. Let's try this out by typing a new title into cell A12. Now click on the chart title and then on the formula bar, type an equal sign and then click on cell A12. When you press enter, the chart title will automatically update. Let's also format the trend line by double-clicking on it. We can use the Line tab to change the color and increase the weight of the line, which will make it thicker and easier to see. Now removing chart elements is very simple. You have two options. You can either select the chart and then use the Add Chart Element drop-down. So if we want to remove our trend line, we just have to go to the Trend Lines drop-down and click No Trend Line. An even quicker way of deleting chart elements is to just click on the element and press the Delete key. Excel also offers various layout suggestions for each chart type. You can view them using the Quick Layout command. You will have many options, for example, changing your chart's layout so that your data table is also displayed within the chart area. Now, not all options will work well for your data, but you can preview them by hovering over them until you find something that works. Similarly, Excel offers lots of color options to personalize charts. Again, it's very convenient because you can mouse over them to see how the color schemes look before choosing. Now you may have noticed 3 buttons to the right of your chart. These are shortcuts to the chart tool commands that are found in the Design ribbon. The plus sign allows us to add and remove chart elements using these tick boxes. The second button is the Chart Style shortcut, and the last button is used to apply chart filters. Chart filters are similar to data filters applied on tables. We can use them to filter what should appear on our chart. To try this out, click anywhere on your chart and then click the Filters shortcut icon. You will see Values and Names tabs. The values are the series and categories in our data, and the Names tab allows us to change the names of our series and categories. On the Values tab, we can untick options to hide the respective data. If we untick the No Promo option, the data series will be hidden from our chart, and our chart will only show the orders for Early Bird promotion weeks. If we now tick the option, our data series will appear again. As you start creating charts in Excel, experiment with all the chart tools Excel has to offer to personalize your charts. Now on the right of the Design ribbon, there are some chart commands we must not miss. The data commands tell Excel what data to use and how it should be arranged. If we click on the Switch Row column, Excel will automatically swap the variables in our chart's X and Y axis like this. The Select Data command can be used to edit or modify our source data. Now, once we have inserted a chart, we can also change the type of chart altogether. With the chart selected, just click on this command to open the All Charts dialog box. If we select a line chart, our chart will automatically change from a column to line chart. Now, because we used the data table to create our chart, if we add any rows or columns, the data will automatically appear on our chart. If Alia wanted to include the figures for another promotion, she could just enter the data into column D. See how our chart updates to include this new data series? It's pretty cool and saves her a lot of work. Likewise, if we remove this column from our table, the data series will disappear from our chart. Now there's just one thing left I'd like you to know, and that's about moving charts. If we want to move a chart to another worksheet, we can select it and click the Move Chart command in the Design ribbon. Now we have the option of moving a chart to another worksheet within our workbook, or we can move it to a brand new sheet called a chart sheet. This is what it will look like, and Excel displays your chart without any distractions. You can even hide the ribbon if you want to. This option is great for presentations. Alia thinks Ishan and team will be pleased to see the results displayed in a chart. Looking at the chart, it's immediately evident that the early bird promotion has worked. The promotion was only valid on weekdays, and there has been a significant increase in average orders on promo weekdays, while orders on the weekend are similar. As we have demonstrated, charts are very useful for analyzing data visually. Column, line, pie, and bar charts are the most common chart types, although there are plenty of chart types to choose from. We should always make sure that we choose a chart that represents our data both effectively and accurately. We can customize a chart in several ways, including the layout, style, and elements. Don't forget to format data as a table before creating a chart so that your chart will auto-update. Now it's definitely time to practice all these skills by creating and customizing charts of your own through a mini challenge. Have fun experimenting.